YouTube, what is good? JB here. Welcome back to my channel. This episode is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk about the equipment that I use to film and produce YouTube videos. Before we get into this is your first time watching, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. It will really help the growth. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you do so. That's where you'll see all my lifestyle and fashion content. I've been getting a lot of DMs lately, maybe on the past couple of months, about what type of equipment I use, whether it be for Instagram, whether it be for YouTube, but more specifically YouTube. Before I get into this, let me start by saying this. I am not a professional. I am not an audio professional. I'm not a video professional. I am not a light professional. Like, I am just learning just like the rest of you guys. So I've made my mistakes in the past year in 2020, and I've learned from those mistakes, and I've grew and grew and grew, and I've got better quality as far as sound is concerned, light is concerned, camera equipment is concerned. So let's jump right into this. Let's talk about some of the things that bring this channel to life. This time last year, I picked up a Sony a7 II. Now, that's what I could afford at the moment, and I used it. It was cool, but I had a big problem with the autofocusing. I had to set it on manual and get it set. And if you look at some of my past videos, you can tell that the focusing really wasn't as great. Now, and I used that equipment, and I didn't let that kind of deter me from producing content, and I just did what I could do. But now I've been waiting on the a7 IV to come out, but in the between time, in the meantime, I picked up the a6600. Even though it is not a full frame camera, it shoots really, really good, high quality video, which I really, really love. So I still have an a7 II that I still use for photography, and it still does really, really well. But for video right now, until the a7 IV comes out, I'll be using this a6600 that I got off of Amazon, and I'll link that below. I'll link everything that I'm talking about, guys, below in the description, so you guys can check that out, and you can pick up the items that I have gotten. So I really, really like this camera. One thing I do like about this camera is that it has a flip out screen that you can use. As you know, the a7 II, the a7, the a7 III, they did not have a flip out camera, which was so frustrating because you could not really see yourself and figure out where you were, positioning and all that good stuff like that. So now let's talk about the lens that I use. The lens that I use for this particular setup is the Sigma Art lens, the 35mm 1.4. This lens is really, really good for video and photography, super crisp photos. It's really good. However, I think I need to get a 24mm or a 24-70, which I really want. Just not a part of the budget right now, but I really want that so I can be versatile instead of using a prime lens. So I would say get something that is, if you're gonna get a lens, I say get something that is wide and not like a 50mm. You can use any lens you want, but I would say get something that's a little bit more wide so you get more of the background. And I'm not too far away from my camera, but I would like to be closer. But for now, it does a really, really great job. So this is the lens that I mostly use all the time on this channel. One of the things that I learned a lot about in this past year has been audio, and really about where to place the mic, what type of mic to use, and all that good stuff. Now, what I used to do about 6 months ago is I used to take my shotgun mic and put it on top of my camera, and I would be further away. What I've learned is the further you're away from the mic, the less quality you're gonna get, right? I ended up buying a Rode Mic Pro Plus. What you can do, you can buy a boom stand, attach it to that mic, and you'll get better quality. And what I mean by this is this. My mic is sitting right above me, right here, 7 inches from my face, just right outside of the frame. Check this out, right there. Now, you put that right over the frame and you get better quality because my mouth is right next to the mic. And put that up a little bit right there. All right, so you get better quality when the mic is closer to your face. So that's one thing you guys need to know, is that like if you have a lens that is going to make you be further away, get a boom stand, connect it to your shotgun mic, and have it close to your face so you get better audio quality. It just makes a difference. As this channel grows, the equipment will get better as well. I'm always trying to strive and get better with my equipment. So that is the audio, that is the camera that I use. Now to some of the things that help support this setup. What I have the camera on right now is the Fopic aluminum 77-inch tripod. This tripod, again, it is aluminum. It is not plastic. It is nice and sturdy and heavy duty. I think it costs about 150 bucks. It's not on the cheaper side, but I know there's tripods out there that are a little bit more expensive, but get you a nice aluminum tripod so you don't have to worry about it like snapping and breaking, because I've had plastic tripods before in the past and the quality is just not there, and it just feels so cheap. Hate it. As far as lighting is concerned, now today is an overcast day, and usually I don't use any type of lighting because I shoot probably like at 10 a.m. in the morning once the sun goes behind this other building here next to me, and the lighting is just perfect. And because it's overcast, and some days there is an overcast in LA, I would then bring on my soft light box here that I have on my left side just to kind of make the light even just a little bit. I bought this about 3 years ago and I still have it. Yes, I think it needs to be upgraded, but it does the job right now, so I'll just keep it, and in the future I'll get something that's better. But right now the light source that comes into my house just kind of does well. More things, and I wanted to wait to the very end to start talking about this because this kind of really improved what I was doing with the camera and how I can see myself. So I ended up purchasing a monitor that's attached to the actual camera. Now this monitor is made by Freeworld. It is a 5.5 4K LCD screen that I just attached to a micro HDMI to HDMI, and I can see myself a lot better. I can see if I'm in focus or not. Right here, I don't have to squinch my eyes to see the LCD screen. So it works so great. I really love this product. Even if I get a camera, let's say the A7 IV, when it comes out, we know that it should have the flip out screen. I still probably won't use it. I still will use my 4K LCD screen that I got from Freeworld. It's perfect. And the last piece of my YouTube equipment that I use and I absolutely need is my MacBook Pro 16-inch. Now I just picked up this MacBook Pro 16-inch about 2 weeks ago. Before that, I've been using my iMac 27-inch, and I still love that iMac, but I wanted to be a little bit more mobile. I use Premiere Pro. I've been using Premiere Pro for about 4 years. About 4 years now, and I would recommend it. Now, you don't have to use Premiere Pro. You can use Final Cut if you want to. Both work really, really great. So that's pretty much my equipment, guys. I do want to say before I get out of here, listen, you don't need all of this. All you need to start right now is your iPhone. If your budget tells you that you only can afford your iPhone at the moment, then that's all you can afford, and just get to creating right now. You don't need the fancy camera right now, the fancy lens, the fancy LCD, the fancy mic. You don't need all of that right now. All you just need to do is start with what you have. Your camera on your phone works perfectly fine, and until you can afford to get better, then just use what you have. This is my YouTube equipment of 2021. Thanks you guys for tuning in once again. I will see you guys on Saturday for another video. JB signing out. Peace.